They don't have anything to do with them, but they're cooler than guns. They're more interesting than guns.
How
I
so?
would say they're more interesting
Name
than
what
guns.
one
whole
interesting fact.
ecosystem.
Name one bug.
Name
Like its actual name. Like a bug's real name, not like what its nickname, like a ladybug.
It's real
scientific name.
God-given bug name.
Yeah. If you're so interested in bugs.
I'm not super interested. I just am somewhat interested. Why can't I just be somewhat interested? I don't know their names.
Because you can't
Miguel.
talk about bugs then on a podcast if you don't know anything about them.
Well, do you know anything about guns?
Yeah?
Tell me about it.
No.
Miguel's got a pink deagle upstairs.
Name a gun.
The AR-15 is the most used
There
weapon
it
to
is.
commit terrorism in the United States of America.
Well,
It's
why-
also the most used weapon in this house.
We're done talking about this AR-15
And
situation.
this is the
Appeal.
My name's Brendan. Hi.
I'm Miguel.
Hello, I'm Dyson.
I'm Dathan.
Didn't already know.
And we have our little name cards right here.
I didn't know this was
Are
happening.
they? Yeah. But,
And one of us is an imposter.
oh.
Do.
What? It's a twist
What?
in
Sound
the
effect
It's
yourself.
the
episode.
Mogus episode.
Oh my gosh.
Take your guesses, and at the end of the episode, we'll reveal if you're right.
Yeah, by killing the other one.
We'll
No,
videotape
but
that part.
I was talking about dead.
Yeah.
I was going through TikToks,
Mhm.
and I found a TikTok. Like I had a TikTok channel I wanted to show you guys. I showed it to Dyson. Like 2 nights ago, I showed him, and then I showed him again like a week ago.
Okay.
But a week ago, I was like, I don't know if this is good enough for the podcast. But then I was like, yeah, it is. And it's this dude who's like he's like a suit maker, right? And he's like a custom suit maker. I don't know what he is. He seems like gay, and he
Not
exclusively-
seems gay.
I don't want to like say like I don't want to label
He
him.
talks about getting into young boys'
Yes,
holes.
that's
Okay,
the
okay.
problem. He'll be like, look at my custom fit, the oversized pocket over the slim bottom.
Look
my
at the
cus-
little
they're like cufflinks.
Like
My
cufflinks.
custom lapel. Do you see the tightness? This. And he's like, don't worry, we'll get to their asses soon. And I'm like, what do you mean get to his ass soon? And then he'll be like, you know how much I like opening up young boys. And then I'm like,
No.
and I'm like, what's this?
and it's every TikTok.
And it's every single one. It's him with a new customer and him like touching their chest and stuff, and then taking off the jacket and then being like, "Look at this ass." And sometimes
like
it's,
turns him around. Look at that ass.
Yeah, give me a little spin.
sometimes it's just like, isn't that a nice ass? And then sometimes it's like, those are ass cheeks you can clap, and you're just like. Why, dude? Why does it get so hypersexual
a
sometimes?
weird suit shop. I don't like this suit shop. Would go to this guy again.
Dude, this is a suit shop that you can trust
Yeah.
with your children.
Going to prom. getting a custom fitted suit.
dude,
Imagine you go to get fitted and the suit shop owner says, wow, nice ass.
Nice.
well,
Nice.
shooting a TikTok.
While shooting a TikTok.
I
Nice
wouldn't
little
come back.
scrumptious ass.
I would
And
be
says,
like,
you guys know how much I love to open up
was
young
a weird-
boys right in front of you.
weird encounter.
Like, you're like,
What?
that's not okay.
It's kind of
No.
sus.
That's like you
Very
just,
sus.
like, imagine if I was like a straight dressmaker.
What was like the conversation before he took
And
the
I'll
Be
be
video?
like nice tits.
And I'm like, and dude, do you see how her tits fill out that front side?
Damn.
Ooh-wee. It fills out my custom neckline. Because that's how he's talking. Like you're just, and in the comments when people call him out, the other people are like, "Wow, homophobic much?" And I'm like, "No,
No.
it's not being homophobic much."
He's
No.
being a
Or
little.
he'll respond and he'll be like,
Predatory.
"You
You just don't know about the little flaps on the ass that open up.
Or he'll respond and he'll be like, "Did you even watch the whole thing?" Like we're like missing out on the context. I'm like, "No, I get you're talking about how well the suit fits on him, but you had to use such sexual language."
Right?
What was the conversation before he took the video? Was it like,
I'm sure.
hey, I'm going to take a video about your
I'm sure
outfit?
he tells them
And they're
because they
like,
don't
"Oh,
look
cool."
like really
And then
shocked, and
and
I'm
they-
sure they consent to it. But I do just think there's something like weird about like showing yourself as like a professional and then being like, "But I do like all over the people like work on."
Yeah.
I 100% don't think they were very uncomfortable because it seems that they're expecting it.
Mhm.
So like, it's not like I think he's like doing something bad to them or anything, but I do think it's just a weird like thing to put out there
Yeah.
into the world.
It's a weird gimmick
It is
to have on TikTok.
But it is
Hey,
a gimmick,
but people
I
have
guess.
just the weirdest gimmicks on TikTok.
Yeah.
Like people will be like, am I dating my sister? Maybe.
Watch
Oh
my
my
TikTok.
God. Like there's straight real ones on there, but there's also so many goddamn fakes.
Lies.
It makes me so angry.
There's a
It does.
There's a new thing right now where people are pretending they find out that their boyfriend is into Andrew Tate and they're like, what do I do? Oh my God, how will I confront him? And then they never talk about it on any of their TikToks again because it was clearly just to get that one viral TikTok.
Right.
That's what it's literally, that's what like a lot of TikTok is right now. And I'm like, dude, you guys are platforming Andrew Tate because you're not criticizing him. You're just like, oh, my boyfriend likes this.
Well, a big part of like TikTok is like, remember that one time that I was kind of relevant? Like I was that girl in that YouTube video that you watched.
yeah, straight lying.
Straight lying.
I saw another person who was pretending to be Joe Biden's granddaughter.
Oh yeah, you sent me that TikTok where it's like when you catch COVID and when you give it to the president.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then the next one was like, I want to see if pretending to be Joe Biden's granddaughter works. And it did, because that's why it makes me scared that 43% of Gen Z prefers TikTok as a search engine to Google.
Yeah.
Because on Google, you can at least be like, this seems like a shifty resource. Let me check out if it is.
Mhm.
On TikTok, you're just like, is it a shifty resource? Who knows?
Yeah.
Who cares?
Oh,
Yeah.
did you
We're
like
on
and
TikTok.
engage
Yep.
with the content? Okay, you're not going to see anything that's against that content. It's just going to be stuff that continues to promote that content.
And even trusted content makers like Hank Green and his science facts. Hank Green's not like he has like a STEM degree, but he's not a scientist.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like these are stuff he's reading. Like he's a secondary source of information, but he's one of the few people on the platform that's trustworthy. And you're just like, yeah, because like it's hard to verify who's professional.
Like
Yeah.
it's like getting your news
Plus,
from
he's-
Facebook.
He's like
Yeah.
Hank Green. He's not just some kid who happened to get like 500K followers.
No, he has a science channel and he's an educator.
and
Be saucier.
he
No,
has
he's
like
more
a
of an educator
serious
than Vsauce.
platform.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Crash Course is genuinely something like legendary.
Yeah,
Like every high school in fucking the US has used it, basically.
straight up.
Like it's a free fucking platform. There's like you can like go online and Crash Course has websites with like actual homework and stuff
Yeah.
that you could do.
In high school, I looked up, like, I was like, even if it wasn't suggested by teachers, I'd look up videos and I'd do their like worksheets or whatever.
The like information's
Nerd.
really digestible. I mean, you want to pass.
No,
Yeah.
it's like in those classes where like the teacher
I
can't
did it
teach.
for American history.
I did it for chemistry.
I think I did it for chemistry too. But no.
I
Yeah,
just failed my classes.
Hey man, that's another option.
Yeah.
dude, Khan Academy.
Khan
Crazy.
Academy, so helpful.
Yeah.
Dude, from what I heard see on TikTok, because TikTok thinks I'm like a like engineering like girl boss new in the industry. It's
Yeah.
like
It's 'cause
best
you
startup
are.
for girl for like young females in the tech. I'm like firmly in there now, and I'm just like, damn. Fuck, I forgot where I was going with
You were
this.
saying something about
Like, damn, I
startups.
do feel like a girl boss. Thank you so much, TikTok.
Yes, thank you, TikTok.
Thank you,
for
TikTok.
telling me who
Thank
my
you,
true self
Daddy.
was.
I feel heard.
I feel heard.
I feel found.
Yeah.
Heard.
Speaking of STEM and science and shit, so
Placentas?
Yeah.
yeah, I've been eating placentas.
Oh.
No. So
I thought you were going to become immortal, Dyson. Okay.
no, not yet.
Okay.
But so one day I was like, I just got a notification from Twitter because sometimes like I get like news updates from Twitter, and it was talking about like solar dimming. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I like did a little more research. So in case anyone doesn't know, we're in the
I
middle
don't
of a,
know.
yeah, we're in a
Oh.
climate crisis.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're trying not to
We're also in a recession.
yeah, and we're trying not to increase our global
A beautiful
our
time to be
global
alive.
temperature rise by more than 1.5 degrees by the end of the century.
Yeah,
And we're at 1.1 degrees
Yep.
Celsius.
So get
we
your
have
shit
7
together.
years, right?
Yeah, our goal was to like stop that by the end of this decade.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not going well. So something that scientists have, like an idea scientists have, is what's called it's like solar dimming, or it's like in this branch called geoengineering, where you're basically like modifying the Earth's like Earth's properties, like terraforming basically. And
Like
this
what I do on what's the island game where you're animal shit? What's that Nintendo island game that's super huge?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah. So the solar dimming thing is basically they go up into the sky with like a balloon and release these like particles into the air that reflect the sunlight back out into space.
Okay.
As a way to reduce how much heat is coming into the Earth. Because the hypothesis is that it's like it'll act similar to like a volcano eruption, how it'll like spread ash in the air and then it'll cool down the temperatures. But it's been like pretty controversial because like the way it can affect weather patterns, if there's
and like species and like migration patterns.
and like monsoons in like Asia and stuff, it'll like affect those. And like, what if we can't keep spreading out all these particles back into the air and we get a sudden jump in like temperatures again, So there's been like a lot of discussion about whether or not we should do this. And I just thought it was pretty interesting, like an interesting take on like what we can do for the climate. I don't think it's a good idea necessarily.
I do think we need to come up with new solutions because the solutions we do want aren't getting through.
Yeah.
Like solar paneled roads.
I want that to be a thing so badly.
I'm gonna be straight honest. When you mentioned solar dimming, I thought it was like some alt-right like tactic to like bring down like solar panels or something to like dim them out somehow.
Oh my god.
Well, like remember when like alt-right like in the UK when they thought 5G was like going to go into your brain, they burnt down 5G towers.
Yeah. That's
Like, a
what I
ton of
was
them.
thinking. Yeah.
It's crazy what right wingers do. People are like, there's people really bad on the left and the right, and I'm like, but on the right they organized. On the right they do things. On the left you see them on the internet and like they'll throw
On
like
the-
a bottle at somebody.
On the
shunned
right,
after.
they know how to meme.
Yeah, it's true. Right wingers.
I don't know if this is a hot take, but right wingers, you guys make better memes than left wingers.
Even if it's unintentional a lot of times.
It's because they have like the propaganda machine down. They can say
Also-
so many things with so little words.
Also, you got the right wing, like literally a big part of our American right wing's idea sparked on 4chan.
Mm-hmm.
And 4chan like is like
home of
one of the
meme.
first places memes came, like in the modern internet age came from.
That makes sense.
But no, have you guys seen the Cody Co stuff?
No.
No.
No clue who Cody
So
is.
Cody Co is like for those who don't know, is a like reaction commentary channel. He doesn't like he doesn't react as in like watching it live. He like watches it and then writes a script
And he'll give his
then-
takes.
and gives his like takes, like his like comedic takes on it.
Yeah.
And he has a podcast with his like best friend. Well, I don't know if it's his best friend, with
Good friend.
with a good friend named Noel Miller. And on like last week's episode, not even a week ago, like 4 or 5 days ago, they talked about Andrew Tate for a little bit. And Noel gave a neutral take on him. And people were like, why are you giving a neutral take on Andrew Tate?
Fair.
Yeah, because he was like, he seems a little whack, but like whatever. Who cares? Doesn't do anything.
There's a lot of things.
And it's like, okay, you can't really be like that. And
You
then
can't. Climate change, whatever. Doesn't do
Whatever.
anything.
What are we, Donald Trump?
And he
Gun violence, whatever.
and Cody a
Doesn't
few,
do anything.
Cody a few
Guns
times,
don't kill people.
like a few times was like, okay, man, but like a lot of kids are seeing it. And then he was like, "Psh, who cares? And then eventually Cody was like, you know what? Maybe you're kind of right. Maybe a little bit. And then people obviously in the comments, especially women, because I think a lot of commentary reaction channels have like an actual pretty decent female size demographic. I've like noticed, like Drew Gooden, like Curtis Connor, they all have like pretty good female demographic size. And I saw on TikTok people were like, I don't know if I can like stand with Tiny Meat Gang anymore. And then because a bunch of people were doing that, people were like, shh, you're just leaving them now? What about for the other stuff? And then people were like, what other stuff? And it's a lot of like small stuff. It's a lot of like Noel Miller performing for like college, like Republican clubs at colleges and stuff, and making like jokes that I'm like, I don't know about that joke, my man. That just seems to really be appealing to Republicans. And you're like, okay, that's a little weird. And then like somebody was like, don't you remember last year when Tana Mongu, another big famous YouTuber in charge of TanaCon, notably, and main character of a Shane Dawson documentary.
Yep.
Last year, and she on a podcast was like, when I was like 17, 18, and Cody was like 20, she said two people. She was like, yeah, like when we were collabing and stuff, I had sex with them. And we were like, and Cody was like 26, 27.
Oh shit.
Like, hey, Tana could be like making something up for drama or anything, but from what I can see, it was like a pretty casual reference.
Right.
And Cody didn't he like immediately like went on like a hiatus and like sorted his like comments by like top to bot, like lowest, and then got engaged to his wife.
Dang. They got all lay low.
Damn.
And so people are like, now, though I thought they were going to lose a lot of subscribers, but in the shower, I listened to because they have like a thing with their podcast where they release a second episode like a few days later. That's what them just doing another episode, but also replying to comments. Like, and they did give a good, Noel especially, they played it fucking smart. I'm not, what, I don't know anything, Cody Noel, don't come after me. But I was like, they played it smart with Noel, who is like the main person people criticized.
Yeah.
Being like, you know what? I was ignorant. I shouldn't have said those things. And Cody being like, but that's not what you meant. And then to get people to be like, he's right. That isn't what he meant. And then Noel, the main transgressor, be like, no, but I should have seen what people meant. Like, so like you hit both sides. And it's not the main, and it's not the person saying that's not what you meant isn't the main guy that people were angry at. And I'm like, I feel like it was such a clean apology. A part of me is like, shifty. But also I'm like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them.
Yeah.
Though I did like the popular sentiment being like, really? Like, who cares? They'd be making the same corny ass jokes they made in 2018. And I'm like, low key, the content do be the same.
Yeah.
Like, exactly the same.
I mean, it's very similar to what Cody Co made on Vine. Like, he hasn't changed his like formula very much. He'd find like things that he found cringy or just like bad or dumb.
He did that on Vine too.
Yeah,
How do you
and then
do that on
he'd
a
make
6
fun of
second
them.
platform.
It's like a lot of like facial expressions.
Oh, it's like, oh.
And like, I don't know, people got creative on Vine. I will say that about it. Some people.
There's a lot of like,
Then there's like
Yeah,
the MagCon
cut.
boys, and you're just like, okay.
Dude, MagCon was a fucking era.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking we had like the rise of like it's not even like the same as TikTokers where they're just doing a dance because it was a platform with so little time.
Yeah.
That you're just like, these guys are literally only famous for how they look, but they're basically like they're proto K-pop.
Yeah.
TBH. They happened
Fair.
right before K-pop happened.
well, you said cake pop. I'm like, what's cake pop?
Dude, before K-Pops came out.
The Starbucks cake pops. Oh my god.
I,
my
I
God.
do
They
think
sing so beautifully.
I do think we're out of like this like white boy like boy band. Like we have like an occasion like a little hoodie getting famous or anything, but because of K-pop, we don't get any like 16-year-old like
Wait,
white boys getting popular on YouTube.
is Little
and
Hoodie still
becoming, like,
famous?
Pop stars very much anymore.
Little Hoodie?
yeah, is Little Hoodie still famous?
Who's Little Hoodie?
Yeah, Lil Huddy.
Little Hoodie's
Chase
still famous.
Hudson. Yeah,
Oh,
Chase
okay.
Hudson. We're not out of it. There's plenty of like thirst trap boys that
Yes,
are
but-
rich now.
But no, like there's no like singy boys coming out like just getting popular.
Not
anymore.
yet.
What do
Not
you mean?
yet.
Singing
Like,
boys.
are you
Like a Jacob Sartorius like
Or-
type. And
Or the guy who did the light
at
switch
least I don't
song.
see them that much anymore.
What's the light switch guy's name?
Light switch guy?
Turn me off and like a light switch.
That's
I think
vaguely familiar.
He's a
Yeah.
singing boy who's pretty.
Do you
and
know
white.
the name?
I
Ah,
know song.
Hey, if anyone knows the name,
Allison,
comment it down below.
I think a lot of that fandom has switched to like being K-pop stans.
mm-hmm.
Also, what is this phrase you guys use a lot?
What?
Stands.
Are you really?
No.
Do you not know what stans means?
Guys, I'm very behind on lingo.
So stans is a culture. It's a word that's been around since the 90s.
Holy shit, Brendan.
I'm on culture.
Have you
Huge.
just been confused?
Every time we say stan,
I always assumed it's like the
It's like-
verb.
it's like a hardcore fan. It's like a fan who actively participates in the fan base.
I mean,
and it
it's,
was popularized by Eminem's
Yeah,
song.
But the Eminem song, when it was originally used,
Okay, that song's really depressing.
it was over
He
being.
kills his wife in that
Yes.
song.
So
Yeah.
in the song,
Drives off a bridge.
a stan is a obsessive fan, but it's like slowly, kind of like weeb.
Mhm.
It's just become like a name for somebody who participates in the fan base.
So Stan no longer is like above simp; it's below simp.
I don't.
Simp-
I don't think it's. I don't
no,
like the same as
simp
simp.
is like sexual
Simp is like you
or like parasocial.
I was about to say it's like more
Parasocial.
parasocial. Well, like Stan, it's like I enjoy the culture around this. Like you can be like a Kanye like Stan, but not like care about Kanye much.
Mhm.
Or but like you can be a Kanye simp and defend everything he does.
Yeah, you
Mhm.
Stan. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, internet. Stan derives from stand by. So like you stand by Eminem, you stand by Kanye, you stand by the
ADA.
KDA.
Dude,
Sure.
that's cool.
I stand by
fucking-
Logan Paul.
so the reason he
KSI,
even
I don't
said that-
fucking know.
Uh-huh.
Was weird. You know, Pretty Little Liars original sin.
It's really
One of the
good.
main characters just listens to KDA.
Yeah, she's a gamer.
Yeah,
girl.
she's a gamer. There's another character who straight up hasn't gone a single sentence without dropping a movie reference.
If I'm being honest,
The entire show.
What?
She's a main cast member, and she,
really good camp. I'd
and she'll
say.
just be like,
best
so
camp
funny.
I've
she'll
seen in a
just be
while.
like, huh, damn, that's cold, like Moonlight. You know, something like that. Straight up, that's how she'd be, and you're like, and it's all like mainstream, like big, like there will be indie movies in there, but they're like the biggest indie movies.
Is she
Also,
supposed to be like
that's
the
not even that's
movie
like
girl.
that's not even like a reference. Like you're straight up just name
Just
dropping.
name
no.
dropping.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
straight just name drops. It's hilarious.
Wasn't there a good TV show that had like an actual like movie flick nerd?
I'm sure there's good TV shows with movie flick nerds.
Yeah, I mean, there's the like movie flick nerd is a
Big stereotype
big
now.
stereotype.
Yeah.
Especially, me and Dyson were talking about watching.
indie films.
I feel like a lot of like Netflix originals and like a lot of like the new original series, like a big trend for like the cool girl who's not like other girls is to be like a movie girl now. Like,
I'm
be
into
really
watching
into cinema.
films.
Which is weird because that's what like the archetypal like indie boy was in like the early 2010s.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And now
Well, I
like
guess-
the TV shows are like, but now the girls are the indie
Yeah.
film girls.
They're not into art anymore.
No,
though.
that's what we were talking about. We were
Yeah.
like, you're like not art, it's like movies now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
That
like it
means-
used to be music.
Young
Like,
boys.
There was a
Girls.
music, yeah.
It,
Start
yeah,
becoming
it used to be
artists.
either like music or fine art, and now it's like I'm into
Movies and podcasts sometimes
I'm
they
into
say.
movies, podcasts, or I just listen to a lot of music. Like I don't do music. I just
Yeah.
listen to it. It's just far more like sad and
Well, I
like
think a
lazy.
big
a lot more
part of it
consumption.
is them just, it's a lot
Yeah,
of
consumerism.
like being like, huh, boys like these things, don't they?
boys like movies.
But don't boys do the
Won't
same
you
thing
crush
for
on
girls?
this girl?
Like,
Huh?
I'm reading a book because I like a girl.
I don't think girls care
listen to
that
their
much
type
about
of
you reading a
music.
book.
No?
I don't think
No.
most people care about you reading a book.
True.
Yeah,
Unless you're Roy
despite what they
Gilmore.
say on their TikTok.
What?
Have you like seen those things where they're like, don't even talk to me if you don't read a book, or don't even talk to me if you don't know this reference.
Don't talk to me
Also-
unless you've read The History of Philosophy by A.C. Grayling.
I was like, why are you looking above my head?
I was like, those are big, bold letters I should read off of.
No, yeah, it is weird how well read everyone pretends to be when most people don't really read. Even people who read a lot, and like when the books they talk about, it's probably when they were like in their big reading phase and they have their off periods.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
I feel like you can be well spoken, but not well read.
There's a booktube channel I follow who I remember during a 2-month span did like 51 book reviews. But right now they've done like 4 in the past 3 months. And I'm just like, you go through your phases.
You're hitting a lull.
No
Yeah.
one like just reads that much all the time. I mean, I guess there are some people.
It's the same with
Or-
anime
yeah.
channels. Like you cannot nonstop take in anime. Like you
No.
need breaks.
It'll do bad things to your brain.
Your brain.
Your
Also,
brine.
everything
You're watching
starts.
too much anime.
We all got
Yeah,
pickles in
I'm
our
a pickle.
brains.
My brain's a pickle now.
Everything just starts. You start noticing everything that's the same, and it just starts pissing you off, and you stop enjoying what you like as much.
So what
I
do
mean,
you
we're kind of in an anime break right
consume
now.
later?
Yeah, Dyson, your brain is not a pickle.
The only anime
it's
I
a
watch
hentai
is,
girl.
you know, my tried and true.
Dude, it's Pickle Rick as of Rule 34.
Ooh, dirty.
Uh-oh.
Naughty.
He's been squeezing his pillow a little too much.
Yeah.
Because if you've watched our previous episodes, you'll know what I'm talking about.
You'll know. You'll know.
But
Oh, my-
if you didn't, his pillow's a pickle.
It's a pickle!
Yeah,
Pickle
big
pillow.
old pickle pillow.
Yeah.
Well,
With like actual pickles stuffed inside.
I never knew I liked pickles. Now I like pickles. Wondering if eggs taste the same pickle.
Your like
I'm never.
Journey?
You've come out of your shell a lot for food.
your journey
Yeah.
just trying food and seeing it has been so fun for me.
It's so crazy,
So
like
inspiring.
seeing you eat sushi when we first met and be like,
I literally
Straight up.
spat it out.
and like almost
at
threw
the,
up.
at the
And
most
just
expensive
ate-
like
and
sushi
just ate,
restaurant
like
in
a
Saks.
katsu like plate.
And they came by and I felt so
And like
embarrassed.
now he'll be like, hand roll, please.
Hand roll.
Oh, I want
Spicy
hand
tuna.
roll.
Thank you.
Brendan will straight up be like, "Hey, Dathan, you want to get hand rolls?"
He straight have been like that to me too.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I really want tuna right
Yes.
now.
I've been waiting for years for you to ask to get hand rolls.
It's what, because yeah, you've only had like a lot, like you said, you had a lot of fast food and like stuff growing up, right?
Yeah, it's because like my like dual income household. Not a lot of cooking happened unless you cooked
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
Mhm.
I learned. Yeah, my mom was a stay-at-home mom until she wasn't, and I picked up cooking pretty quick.
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, my dad works from home,
Yeah, my
so he'd be like the one to like do all the cooking and stuff.
mom and dad
and
worked
you
away.
like learned it through him.
No, I learned through like a lot of like
YouTube.
like YouTube and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Dyson's always been a big YouTube guy. Like I said, a big YouTube guy.
Yeah, my first like cooking tutorials were from like on like Comcast cable. They had like an on-demand section,
Yeah.
and they had just a channel for like kids tutorials for like crafts and cooking and stuff like
oh,
that.
that's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute, and I used to watch a lot of those when I was a kid, and then I
Uh-huh.
moved over to YouTube.
You did take
Oh,
a cake
nice.
decorating class with your mom, though, right?
Yeah,
I remember
I was
seeing.
awful at it.
I remember seeing all the stuff for it and being like, "Oh, what's that for?" And you're like, "I took a decorating class with my mom." And I'm like, "Oh, so you're gonna decorate the cake that we were baking?" Because we were baking. There's a YouTube video of us baking a cake,
Yeah,
and freaking,
it's privated now.
it's private now. Me eating like fucking floor,
Yeah,
like because
Damn.
like
we
part-
put
like,
on some like hype music while
and we were just
like,
going
baking.
crazy at baking. And at one point, I go chest bump, and I run and I jump for a chest bump underneath a chandelier, and I just go bang on the
I think
chandelier.
I think I'll clip that in.
I know. And I hit the floor, and the person behind the camera is somebody else goes. Did you get that? Before asking, are you okay?
You get it? Oh, good. Okay. Are you? The only cooking class I ever
But yeah,
took
I got a big ass bump on my head, and I had an ice pack, and your mom walked down, and it's like, why does he have an ice pack on his head? And he's like, he fucking smashed into the fucking iron chandelier.
Yeah.
Because it was right above
low.
my field of view. Like right above. Yeah, it sucked. It hurt. It did hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry.
But no, everything's okay.
And I did get it.
Did get it.
Got the clip. I took a cooking class.
Oh, did you?
You know those cooking what was the cooking class you went in? It was like a bunch of tables.
The one in high school, like from high school?
No, the one that was paid for with your mom.
The one that was paid. Is this your mom joke?
No, I thought that's what you were telling us about. Like a baking class you paid for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was at like Joann's, like the craft store. They offered cake decorating courses.
Oh, that's so fun.
Joann's
Yeah.
does craft store. I mean, they obviously just craft stores. But Joann, I didn't know they did cake stuff.
No, yeah, they
Baking
they
things.
have they
Okay.
have like a whole aisle for like cake decorating
And
stuff.
Joann didn't
and they just like offer courses.
Joann didn't like pillage religious artifacts either, right?
You know, Joann,
Is that something Hobby Lobby
all
did?
kosher.
Yeah,
They have
I'll-
a museum. No, they have a museum of pillaged artifacts, like in
My
the United
God.
States.
It is so wonky to hear you like say Joann, like say it like it was like a name, because like that's like my grandma's name. So you're like, did Joann pillage? And I was like, I sure hope not.
No, they have like
Miguel's
a
been
Christian
digging
like
deep
theme
on your
park
grandma.
with like a museum of like pillaged shit,
Damn.
like
But-
from the Middle East.
No, I think Joann's is clean, and if not, that's very disappointing because I spent so much time there as a kid.
Yeah,
Dude,
I mean, you still go to Joann's, right?
I don't do as much craft stuff anymore.
when you have done
but when
craft
I
stuff.
have, I like to go to Joann's. They have a lot of like coupons and stuff.
Was there
Yeah.
like a candy factory near where we lived? I remember going on a field
Jelly
trip.
Belly Factory.
No, that's in that was
There
far
was
away.
There's
There's like a
there's
chocolate place
Chocolate?
near where we lived.
I know.
Rocky Mountain.
I know.
something or other.
I remember going on a field trip and they walked us through the candy factory.
Isn't there a C's candy like factory not super far from where we live?
Maybe it was C.
There's a C's candy, yeah.
Yeah, it might be a C's candy factory you're thinking about.
Yeah.
But like walking through like a candy factory, I'd say is probably one of the, as a little kid, probably the best decision for a field trip. Like
Did you-
yeah.
way better than a movie.
Did you get like the candy like fresh off the like?
Yeah.
Was
Does
it
it
Old
taste
Sack?
better fresh?
We got like chocolate covered marshmallows. It was pretty good.
Just like how
stuff.
fresh Doritos
But I was a little
taste
kid and I
better?
just liked anything sweet though. So I don't freaking know anymore. So long ago. I was
Was
like
it like
5.
something in Old Sack? Because Old Sack has a lot of candy shops.
Oh yeah, Old Tech has candy shops, but I bet
No,
they
it was like
do-
an off-site facility. It was like a factory.
No, it's probably the C's Candy Factory.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
betting that.
'Cause I remember
Probably.
chocolate in a factory.
Okay.
And we'd walk and did a tour. It was really cool. Jelly Belly Factory. I've never been on that tour though.
I went there. They have chocolate covered jelly beans, and those are pretty fire. Yeah.
What is Jelly Belly?
jelly beans?
Are they like the most popular jelly? The one that do
Yeah,
the Harry
it's the
Potter
big one.
beans and
Yeah,
stuff?
they're like
okay.
E jelly bean.
Okay. Sorry. Dude, I don't
Like
buy
the most
jelly
amount of
beans.
flavors.
Dude, popcorn flavored jelly bellies.
They taste like butter.
Yeah,
You like butter
Dude.
I
beans?
do like it.
The only
my God.
jelly,
It reminds me of Harry Potter.
the only jelly beans I bought
I do
my
admit butterbeer is good.
entire
I like
life.
a soda.
were the Harry Potter like bad and like the bad flavored jelly beans, and that's just for like a drinking. I straight up I'm like you guys know I'm the type of person who can throw up really easy.
Yeah.
And eating
Yeah.
bad jelly
Stream.
bean roulette would make me like fucking gag really hard. I remember being at like the first like Friendsgiving party,
Yeah.
the one where we all fell through the chairs. Yeah, fucking Dyson. I was sitting down like pretty tipsy, and I
Yeah.
sat down on like a wicker chair, not even very hard. I like sat normally, and then my ass just went right through it after like 10 seconds. And Dyson was like, ha ha ha. And then
No, it was like Rachel and Espen. They were like on a bench.
on a bench together, and they point at me and start laughing at me. And then their chair breaks, and then like you start laughing, and then your chair breaks.
No way.
It was like the opposite of musical
And
chairs.
they're on a bench. The
Yes.
bench broke.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
All of the we broke all the like back patio furniture.
Whose patio furniture was this?
Just like our friends, like dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys know about like a swinging bench that's like kind of like got two things that hold it up, and it's like a little table and two benches floating.
Yeah, I've seen those.
and
The
it's like
ones with the
swings.
like the little like scoopy like seat that's kind of like a scoop around.
Yeah, and there's like a table that connects the two benches and it swings.
Actually, then I don't know.
All right. Well,
Oh, wait. So
They're
so it's like two benches and a table and they're all connected.
and it like
They
it
swing?
hovers and it's connected to a thing above it, and that's the
Okay,
swing.
I understand.
I understand the concept. I just don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Why?
Really fun, relaxing patio furniture, I'd say.
Mm.
But when I was a kid, I think one of my friends at their house had one, and we would just like go ham on that shit. We like flip it over.
Patio furniture is so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
But
It's
if
more
it was
expensive than inside furniture.
back in the day, it wasn't like
Yes,
prices,
it was.
Prices have rised from when it used
Yeah,
to
because
be.
inflation's a
Dude.
thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what prices have rised? Bagels.
Bagels.
Gas.
Oh,
Bagels.
yeah. What
have-
happened with the bagels?
East bagels.
Okay,
What do you mean by bagels?
so to give a little bit of context to this whole situation, I'm not proud of it. But so there's this gas station that's pretty close to where I work. It's super. I go to work super early, so it's like 6 a.m. It's like 6 a.m. I'm pulling in. I basically super tired, not paying attention. I cut someone off, and I don't know. I flip them off. And then I drive away.
Dathan, we don't need to do the bird.
I know. I'm a toxic driver.
A little scary sometimes.
Your little man moment.
my little man moment. I flipped him off. Like I wasn't even mad. It was a reflex. Like I knew that I was in the wrong, but I flipped him off. Anyways, I flip this guy off. I drive away. And then I come in the next day or like 2 days later. I'm not quite sure, but I come in to that same gas station and I see the guy I flipped off. And I'm like, you know what? I feel bad. I'm going to go up to him and I'm going to apologize. I went up to him. I'm like, hey man, like, I just want you to know that I'm really, really sorry. And then he said, no. I was like, what? And then he like cut me off again. He said, no, you're not going to apologize. And I was like, what? And he's like, no, I know what that was. I'm like, oh God, he thinks this is a race thing. Because this dude is a Hispanic roofer. He works with a big company.
And you're
Yeah.
just a rich white boy driving a daddy's
cut him off-
Camaro.
you cut off the same people twice too, right?
Oh, shoot. Yes, I forgot one point. I cut him off that same day before coming in. Yeah. So I apologize to him. He says that. And so I come back pretty distraught. And
Yeah, you tell us.
I tell you guys.
Like, what do I do?
Like, what do I do? This
And
guy thinks I'm a
Dyson?
racist. I go there all the time.
I forgot what was the first suggestion.
I said donuts. I was like, buy them like some donuts or
and
something.
I was like,
Yeah, I was on
and I was like, I
Dyson's.
don't accept donuts.
yeah.
Like, I don't think
It's
I'm,
not enough.
It's not enough. I'm like, donuts is such a like bitch peace offering.
But then
like
I was like, bagels and schmear though.
No, we went through a few bad
Yeah,
options
we went through
first.
like quite a few bad ones.
Mhm.
But yeah, like we eventually like settled on bagels.
Starbucks gift card.
Yeah. So I know it's a big group. You guys tell me bagels.
because we're like
For like a week, I don't go.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, I think we decide on bagels because we're like they're laborers. This is the morning, and I'm like, you know what? Like that's a good like breakfast item.
yeah,
Like a lot of times you don't get breakfast when you wake up early in the morning to go to work.
absolutely. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'll get the bagels. So a week goes by. I give it a week just to like cool things off. I don't go to that gas station. And then I show up. I stop by.
You cut them off again.
No, I do not. No, I do not. I go to like the bagel shop, spend a ludicrous amount of money, like close to $100 on bagels. Bagels are so goddamn expensive with schmear right now. Plus I was buying it for quite a few guys. Like they have like a team of like 8 or 9. So I was like, I'm gonna need a lot of bagels. So I go and I get like different kinds of bagels. I get 2 different kinds of like variety schmear, and then I get the regular cream cheese. And I'm so excited. I'm like, this is it. This is how I'm gonna get them. And I show up and I'm like standing outside after I get my gas and I get like my drink or whatever for the day. And people are walking by and they're like, why do you have like bagels? Are like you handing them out? I'm like, no, actually these This is for a situation. Like I tell people the story and I'm like so excited. I'm like, yeah, like this. And then people are like, that's such a good idea. That's such a good idea.
Wow. I think it is too.
Okay, Dyson. Okay.
Everyone is just like
I'm
Dyson.
yes, this is gonna work. People are
Hyping
really
you up.
excited. Yeah, they're hyping me
They're
up.
like bagels, right choice.
Yeah.
Good job.
And all of these people are getting in line because there's like one person that works there. It's awful situation for that poor 7-Eleven employee. But so like they're all lined up, and then I see their truck pull in. I'm like, sweet. That guy comes out, and I'm like, sweet. Because I guess this is the guy that like grabs all their drinks or whatever for the day. He comes up, and I say, hey, I just really wanted to like affirm you that like it was not intentional. I'm just a really bad driver. I bought you guys bagels just to like make up for it. Yeah, I basically said something along those lines. I did definitely stumble with my words. I was really scared. I'm just like genuinely nervous. And he again just looks at me and says, "No, dude. No, it's not gonna happen. I'm not grabbing your bagels." And just like pushes past me, goes in, gets his stuff. And then one by one, it was so embarrassing. All those guys that had hyped me up just like didn't even talk to me, or like, because they heard it. They heard the whole thing go down. The guy swung the door open and like went inside, and they all just did not talk to me, walk by.
They're like, hey, he didn't forgive you. I guess we're not taking your side.
Yeah. I mean,
Must have been really
I
bad.
am the one like non-Hispanic guy going into this gas station. So like, yeah, they're like,
you don't
they're
stand
like
with the white
solidarity.
guy.
Yeah. So
Because most of the time, the white guy is in the wrong.
yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, you admitted in the beginning
One
of the
guy
story.
came by and he was just like, not your day.
It's true.
Yeah. Went by. And then, so that happened Friday? Like
Yeah, I
this
think so.
past Friday. It is now Tuesday. I went in and I see the truck come out, and I was like, fuck, how could I forget that? I should not be coming here anymore. And a different guy comes out, and he comes up to me and he's like, hey, I just wanted to stop you. We're not getting anything here, but I did want to stop you and just let you know, like we're good. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, so and so has like a little bit of trauma, like this kind of stuff has happened to him before, like really not good stuff. He's like, but like don't let it like get
Like
you
the
down.
the rest of us were like, you're chill.
We would have accepted
Yeah,
those bagels.
Yeah, he's like maybe don't flip people off when you're the one being the ass. I was like, fair. You're right.
You know what? Not a bad ending.
Not a bad ending. And then he followed it up and went farther than he needed to. He's like, actually, so like in this gas station, there's like a burrito place, and like strictly burritos. And he was like, actually, my brother like runs this like joint. Do you want a burrito?
Got a free burrito?
He went up and he was like, hey, basically, like, I guess in Spanish, because he like communicated back and forth with me. He was like, hey, jackass brother, make this guy a burrito. And then he was like, hey, jackass, fuck you, but I'll make you the burrito. And I got a free burrito out of it.
That's
Nice.
kind of nice.
You know what?
What a
That's,
full-
like
full
heartwarming
demeanor.
ending.
Happily ever after.
The guy
I
seemed
don't know
cool.
about happily ever after. There's still like a Hispanic man traumatized by his racial experiences.
Yeah, like,
Which he should have never had to gone through, but he did because,
yeah, I don't know. It's just like one of those things
just
that makes you think, and you're like, okay, that's a thing I can change and I can work on.
Yeah, we can all
small world.
we can all be better.
Yeah. I can be better. I'm sorry, I don't want to go back and back with these stories, but this one's a little bit more fun. I changed something today.
Today.
What'd you change?
My Snapchat streak emoji was, for the longest time, the flag of Swaziland,
What's Swaziland?
or
Swaziland.
formerly known as Swaziland. Now it's Eswatini. It's an African country.
Okay.
And the joke that I had set up was Swaziland has a cultural practice of hunting albinos.
Huh.
And the joke, it was a school joke because it's Snapchat, and that was the majority of the time I used Snapchat. I was in school. That basically a teacher went on a full class time, basically tangent about Swaziland and albino hunting. Like all class.
Huh.
Like in
Weird
like
tangent.
what way?
Like just went in all, like talked about all the details about it.
In what class?
World history.
Oh,
Okay,
that makes
okay.
sense.
We were talking about African countries, and then I think someone was like, that's like a quirky practice. And then my history professor was like, that's no. There are much like weirder cultural practices. Like, and he pointed at the kid because the kid was albino. And he said, you would be hunted in Swaziland.
Dude, that's
It's a
straight.
weird thing.
Not even a microaggression. That's straight. Just like
Hey, I know exactly what you
macroaggression.
are.
macroaggression.
Don't go to this country.
And the kid was like, what?
Dude, that's
Don't
like,
go to Swaziland, bitch. They'll cut you off.
imagine teaching World War II history. I'm pointing at the Jewish kid in class and
Be like, they'd
they'd
I'm not
hunt
gonna
you
make
down.
any. I'm not gonna say anything else.
that political party, yo. That political
You
party.
guys responded. The class fucking roared and was like, "What?" But I mean, it was like 2013 or 14, so everyone was like, "Ha, that's super funny."
Young, edgy.
And yeah, he was like, okay, just so you know, it's because you're like ivory or horns, like you're valuable.
No.
So just know, like, if you ever feel like you're worthless,
So you decide to fetishize instead?
he was like, if you
You
if you ever feel worthless, just know that your heart costs like 300,000 in Swaziland.
Swaziland, they want your body
horrifying.
parts.
That's a horrifying thing for a teacher to say to a student.
And a weird thing to
I was
remember
about to be like, because
for the rest of your life as an albino.
dude, I would remember for the rest of my life.
I wouldn't forget.
That one time the
Never go
teacher
to
was
that
like, we're
country.
hunting you down. But dude,
If you were around my parts, I would cut
I
you
thought you were
up.
going to talk about, because my little brother
The only part that won't be bloody
had
is
world
the soles of
history,
your
same
shoes.
school,
Uh-huh.
and their world history teacher, when we had to watch like a movie about like the Middle East and how like the Israeli like a group of Israeli kids and a group of Palestinian kids meet and like realize that they're not so different after all is like the point. And
Yeah.
it's like maybe there could be peace or something. It was made a long time ago, you know, we're clearly not in a great situation over there right now.
Yeah.
But my brother told me that for his class, like right after watching it, she was like, and I'm gonna be honest, and there was like a Muslim kid like right in front of the class was like, I used to be afraid Middle Eastern people.
What?
How
would you
like
say
I'm not
this?
gonna lie, I was a bigot and afraid.
What the
And I'm
fuck?
like, and I was uncomfortable being around, and I realized that I was being racist.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be using like the justification of 9/11 or anything because, you know, they didn't do it. And I'm like, I get like where you're coming from.
But
you're
why
trying to be like, you're trying to
communicate?
relate like because we just watched the thing on bigotry and how bigotries learn. And
Yeah.
you're trying to relate to the students. But you're like, there's like a Middle Eastern kid, like who's my brother's friend.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you're going on about how you didn't like Middle Eastern people.
Yeah.
You were afraid of them.
Was this? Is this?
And I'm like, like I think you're coming from like a good place, but what a white thing to do.
Hey, was this teacher?
Yeah.
Was this teacher tall?
I'm not gonna
we're
say
not-
We
anything.
don't need to specify the
Were they
person.
blonde?
I'm not gonna.
We're not
Brendan,
gonna-
we can literally talk about it off camera
Yeah, we could talk about it off camera.
You
need to know
got
those
it.
details.
because people can just find out who were our teachers.
Yeah.
I remember one time though after school I was in detention, and I was in detention because I didn't go to school, so I had to stay at school longer
Damn.
on a day it wasn't school time.
Make up your lost time.
I don't know about other kids, but that was me. I was very truant.
Did you get detention a lot in high school?
I dipped a lot. Like I just didn't go to school half the time.
Only got detention twice. And my second time, it was senior year, and I'd heard everybody else say that if you don't go to detention, they can't do shit about it. And so I just didn't go, and then I graduated.
Sweet.
Uh-oh. Well, if someone from high school hears
So
this
they
podcast.
take away my diploma.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Dude, well, they're gonna take away my diploma because I did theft.
Well, I
We
went
did
to
theft.
I went to detention and attended, and that was to help me do my homework, but I still didn't graduate on time.
'Cause
So it tells
we
you what detention really
Talked on the
does.
have we already talked about the podcast
about
us?
Gone with the Wind?
Yeah.
No.
So there was a certain teacher who would constantly make like a lot of microaggressions in class, and so we stole her copy of Gone with the Wind and gave it to the valedictorian of our school
Yeah.
Oh,
because our
shit.
valedictorian hated her. And I'm just like, always till this day, I'm like, now you don't have Gone with the Wind. You can't do that extra credit project anymore.
I mean,
Also, fucking,
they can just pick up another
they can
copy.
pick another copy,
Yeah.
but that's like $30.
They're
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
you know what? Gone with the Wind.
not
I don't
worth
get it.
Also,
They
They don't get another copy. I don't.
also
It's
like
Gone with the Wind.
such a weird like
Whatever the title is.
I get why they picked Gone with the Wind because all the books they picked were like Victorian, like that type of stuff,
yeah.
and like Gone with the Wind's like antebellum South. But then you're like, but like, doesn't it like positively portray the South during Civil War?
Hey,
One
the War of
time-
Northern Aggression, you
Like
mean?
the main characters are like slave owners.
right.
I don't know if they should be the book that you're like that your extra credit project should be or movie.
I love how I immediately know who you're talking about now that you talked about them doing a lot of stuff in like Victorian and antebellum South.
Well, that exact teacher gave me 2 books for free. Life of Pi, I think. He gave me that one for free. Just gave it to me. They're like,
You know who
"Here."
gave a lot of stuff for free? The awesome bald male teacher who had a huge record collection.
Oh,
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was great. And he wrote my letter of recommendation for college that I did not end up using. And I feel so embarrassed because I emailed him that I would give him a gift because he was such a cool teacher.
And you never
And like
did?
2 years later, I ran into him at Rayleigh's and he was like, hey, no biggie or anything, but did you text me something about like getting me something related to like the great, like to like F. Scott Fitzgerald or like.
Now you have to do it.
And then I was like, what up? Like acting like I was confused.
Yeah.
And then, but I
You're
knew.
like, what?
Like when he
What
said
are you
it hit my
talking about?
when he said
Crazy.
it hit my brain perfectly, and I remembered it.
Yeah.
And I was just like completely embarrassed. I'm like, I know, I don't think it's me. And then I thought to myself, sometime I have to find out his address and mail it to him.
Yeah.
I owe him something
Yeah.
because I told him, and he was really cool, and he was really not. He was one of like the few like teachers at our school that was like openly like left politically leaning.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
There was a few people, but for the most part, like our teachers were like closet conservatives
Yeah.
or open conservatives in some cases.
True.
The professional teachers were closet conservatives, and the not so like polite good teachers were open.
Mm-hmm.
And then the teachers that were really kind of like
Dude,
out of it were the liberals.
we had some teachers that were out
It's
of
like-
it though.
Dude, I'm
that
a
w-
liberal teacher in this conservative.
My computer science teacher, who we bullied so much and downloaded.
You told me, yeah.
We downloaded Mario Kart on every single PC and just linked them and played.
They had a LAN party, right?
Yeah, we
And
did
yeah,
a LAN party.
They were only a teacher for like
And they were
a
trying
year,
to
I think.
teach
They
us,
dipped
like-
after that year.
like, what's the like 3 rules? Who wrote the 3 rules of robots or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Rules of
Isaac
robots.
Russian dude.
Isaac Asimov. Asimov.
Arsh for Marv.
Something
Close enough.
like that. Something like that.
Very, very, yeah.
Asimov.
Not what I said.
Asimov.
Not what I said.
Yeah, you got it. So he was like trying to teach us that shit, and we'd be like, "Oh man, I went into second place."
Yeah. He only taught for a year because he like quit and like didn't he like almost cry in class or something?
Yeah, because he was so distraught at not getting his students
Yeah.
to listen to him.
Yeah. He gave you guys-
He's like, "You're just talking about blue shells all day." God damn it! Because like at first he just
never
gave us
controlled
like a
them.
lot of extensions, and we still did our homework just like in other classes because they were super easy. But then we just stopped doing them. And he was like, the whole class stopped doing work. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And I think he just had like a
mental breakdown, probably.
Had a breakdown. And he, like, one day he like came into class and he screamed at us. He's like, you guys are going to get work done. I deleted Mario Kart off of every single thing. And a kid was like, oh, guys, I got to set up on mine. If anybody needs help, just cut him off. Like, if anybody needs help, stood up. Like, if anybody needs help, like, setting up Mario Kart, like, I'll get you guys set up. And everyone's like, oh, yeah, help me. And he full on started bawling and just went to his desk and was like, I hate this job.
Oh
my God.
You know who I still feel bad for?
I didn't, out of solidarity for him, I did not download Mario Kart that day.
Strong.
Very kind of you. But I bet you did it the next day.
I had a sub because he quit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he did.
During chemistry, my sophomore year, I remember feeling really bad because we got like this teacher who like used to teach at like a 4-year university, and now he's teaching at a high school.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it's like a downgrade of a job. And he starts teaching, and I feel so bad for him because everybody in class like isn't even like, there are some people that are trying to be trying to be offensive, but even like kids that aren't trying to be offensive are like, his accent's so thick. I'm not understanding what he's saying.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, including me. I was like,
what kind of accent was it?
He had I think he was like Chinese.
Yeah,
I remember this.
Yeah,
sub.
I had that same.
Yeah, because he had a really thick accent.
Really thick.
And you were like, you're like, God damn it! I need to be able to hear this.
Yes, and it's chemistry, and he's teaching it how. At first, I was like, what a weird way to teach at that time period. But now that I've been to college, I'm like, oh, so he's just teaching like a college course.
Yeah.
He did math that way too.
And he didn't get fired. He got made a substitute teacher like 2 months into the school year because kids couldn't understand him. And I'm like, fuck, you go from a college professor to a high school teacher for 2 months.
And then now
you're
you're
a
a
sub.
substitute.
Because
A consistently working sub, like they were always I always saw them around, but I'm like, that fucking sucks.
that does.
I feel terrible, but I was like, I actually genuinely can't understand him. And then we got a sub for like 2 months. That was this other lady who was talking with a fake British accent because she was like preparing for a play, but she didn't tell people it was a fake British accent. She like pretended to be like actually British. And one kid
It only lasted a couple
Snapchatted
days.
her and made a joke about her accent. And then she got really pissed and was like, you're making fun of my culture, basically, like at him, and like made him do push-ups so that he wouldn't go to the principal's office if he didn't take it down. But then he still got sent to the office because it took time for it to load up on Snapchat that he deleted it. And since her page hadn't refreshed, he was like, it's still here. And he still got sent to the principal office. And I'm just like, I remember being like, I don't know if he should have been sent. Just, he made an inappropriate joke. He made a rude joke about her, but like, whatever. And then me finding out like a week later when she drops her British accent that she isn't British, I was like, no.
What a rage. I remember that news.
No.
Yeah.
She's not British? Everyone was like so upset.
Like, my ancestry dates back to Britain.
Dude, like the most like white woman getting offended over literally nothing.
Yeah.
Over somebody making fun of your fake British accents
That's
that
the
you're doing for a
2000s,
play.
am I
that you're
right?
doing for a play.
She mostly probably got angry because
Because it was a bad
It was being
accent.
it was bad.
Hmm.
He was being made fun of, so she wanted to retaliate.
Yeah. Yeah. I had the same ordeal. I had the same teacher, then sub, and then like long-term sub who came. He was like, the long-term sub who came out of retirement to teach the class was so
good.
chill though.
I agree.
Dude, what a cool dude. I forget his name.
But that's good.
Chill dude.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Dude, there's actually a lot. I feel like every high school has like their characters with their teachers. Like we had the guy everybody called Jesus because he had long hair.
They're all substitutes. These aren't even teachers. A lot of these characters you're probably
One
going
of
to list
our
off are
subs-
substitutes.
Yeah, because the sub game was wild. There was that one sub.
They came and go. They didn't really
who, like-
stay that long.
Who like got like bring a bunch of trash for people to do like art with in class and like threw pencils at kids. And
Yeah.
like
The one guy who did jokes every time you came in.
She got fired because she was just like she just had erratic behavior for like 2 or 3 days, right? Like it was like a 2 or 3 day. I had her in one class and I was like, she is being a little weird. And then I heard in the next class, she just started throwing pencils at kids. And then I was like, okay.
I really like the credit recovery people.
I liked the
cool
sub
staff
that
members.
looked like a blueberry. Did you ever have her?
The short lady.
Looked
Yeah,
like a
short
really
lady
short, like really.
dressed in all blue
Most
of
of
the
the time.
same color
Yes.
from head to toe.
Yes, I do remember them.
And when people would point at her and say blueberry, she'd get so mad.
She's a little angry lady. Super angry lady. Little.
I'd be angry too if people called me Blueberry.
You're straight. Your outfit is all blue of the same like contrast.
That's my shade. That's my color.
no.
I mean, like, we could talk about.
What do you want to talk about, Brendan?
Peeing in the woods.
Peeing in the woods?
You ever peed in the woods?
I don't know if that's a conversational piece.
I mean,
Do you have a story about
0
being in the
days.
You have
0 days.
unless you have a story about something, you can't really just talk about
so
it.
yeah, you know, like late at night, early in the morning, you start the day off, and it's hot in this random mountain in northern California somewhere. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the name is called Eagle Mountain. And so, like, I packed up my stuff being a tiny little kid, by the way. I was like 5, like, I was probably like 4'11" at this time.
Fresh.
I was a short kid.
Oh,
I was still
4'11".
small.
Okay,
I was
your
still
height.
very
Okay,
small
okay.
person. Not my height now, but my height that I was before I grew.
Yeah, you're 5. You're like 5'11".
So I've got this little backpack that's literally the size of me, and I'm climbing up a mountain with like the small amount of equipment I need because I'm tiny, and everyone else is dying behind me.
Don't bring yourself down. 5'11" is a good height.
5'11" is a good height.
No,
It's not
not
over 6
5'11",
foot like everybody else in the
not
house. but-
5'11".
Well, 5'11".
Okay, guys, we're doing this again. But okay.
Okay, Brendan, we don't need to lie to people.
You don't need to lie to people. Just because you feel insecure doesn't mean that you're going to make the rest of the audience feel bad for their short 5'11" height.
Yeah.
So we made it to the top of the peak.
Yeah.
We found a lake spot near water, and we were like a couple like miles away from it, but it was walking distance. We could go swim and take a quick little rinse in the lake real quick. And we had our own giant campsite because there was nobody on this mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So we had our own spaces with our own tents with their buddies. And like, I'm a night owl. So me and like 3 other dudes were still like sitting. Everyone went to bed, sitting there trying to get each other scared and stuff. And we like think there's bears and stuff. And I think there was a bear at one point, and we were just like looked at it till it walked away from us. But
Stared it down.
yeah, we had like a giant like machete in the fire the whole time, just in case though, in case the bear came at us.
You had a flaming machete.
What does
Like
this
we-
have to do
heated
with
metal
pissing?
shit. To turn off the fire because we wanted to go to bed, and it was like almost 4 o'clock in the morning. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
So you guys saw a bear, and your plan was if the bear came to pull a machete out of the fire?
Because it was like already orange.
And swing at the bear.
Swing at the bear.
Yeah, like an enchanted iron sword, Miguel.
That's
Yeah,
like,
fire
Heat metal.
Flame. Yeah, fire damage. Flame one
that's like
enchantment.
a bad plan.
Hey,
It is.
Like a straight,
Yeah, what if the bear disarms you and
also-
takes the sword?
Also, a bear is much quicker than you. Before you get to the fire and pull that out, the bear's on you and you're gone. Like,
Yeah.
like what is this? You really are like I'm a Skyrim PC. I can take 2 hits, pull it out, be like,
pause. Potion. Unpause. But like, yeah, we didn't see the bear. It probably left. It was like, oh, there's a bunch of light and people talking loudly.
Yeah, it is
We
loud
were-
sounds.
We were loud
sounds.
kids, just cracking up at our own jokes.
Loud sounds and big size are we supposed to do, right? Like make yourself like big.
Yeah,
and
big
yell.
size.
And cry. And say you have a family. Bears relate to that.
Bears are like, you know what?
I have a family too.
It's hard out here.
I'm
It's
a
hard life.
bear.
Talk about how you make minimum wage, and they're like, you know what?
You know,
I'm
it's
just
hard
trying to-
out here.
I'm just trying to make it too. I'm just trying. Put food on the table.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put salmon down on that table.
Slap it down, make it all fat. Oh, boom.
But yeah, continue.
But to put out the fire and to make the knife a lot cooler than it was
You
because we can't just
peed
have
on it.
we peed on the knife.
Yeah.
All
And
of
it
you?
smelled
where-
very odd. It was an odd smell, heated metal with piss.
Yeah.
Weird. And we all took turns pissing.
I
We
smell
all turned
every day,
around.
so I'm used to it.
Okay.
Also, you didn't. Is this in like an actual fire pit?
Well,
Or you made it?
we're Boy Scouts. We know how to make fire pits.
Okay.
Which I feel like you also know how to put them out with
So you
pee.
But we were having fun.
peed on it, and then you just left
No, we put dirt over it too after peeing.
so that it retained its heat.
Well, I think we put dirt
so
after.
that somebody might step on it.
Maybe we
like a
didn't
little
put dirt on. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong
little
about the
heat
dirt.
kit.
We also
Dude,
used the
they
fire
were
pit
just
the
like,
next
we
day.
had fun. We were peeing. We had a fire machete.
We were making
It's
ghost
okay.
stories. There was a bear. It's like a great
Everybody-
time.
Hey, I'm sure it didn't. Nothing bad happened. And if something bad happened, it wasn't because of Brendan's side.
Yeah.
Ha ha
Yeah,
ha.
it definitely didn't cause the Paradise Fires.
No, nah, Brendan.
That
Only,
wasn't
only Brendan can prevent wildfire.
They didn't drive away as the forest burned.
Thousands lost their homes.
Well, we hiked there,
This
so we
week
were
on-
hiked away.
The Peel, California fires.
A ranger caught you, but you had that machete hot. That fire damage.
Got that heated metal.
It's okay.
1d6.
You know, we all have secrets, and
That was a secret.
I have a camping secret also.
Dathan's got camping secrets.
So there was this big 50, 60 foot cliff that went into pretty shallow water. And everybody had been jumping into it. And one of my family friends, they have at the time he was 18, I was probably 12. And we were like, we're going to jump this cliff. So we go up to the top, we look down at this shallow fucking water, and we realize that we're not jumping this cliff. So we devised a plan. We ran down really quickly before everybody else got to the cliff.
Did you pretend that you
splashed
jumped?
water on ourselves, and then we were like, as the other people came, we splashed in the water real quick, and we were like, "Woo! That was crazy!" And everyone's like, "Did you guys just jump?" And
How big is this cliff?
huh?
Dude, how high up is the
You
cliff?
said 50, 60 feet, right?
50, 60 feet from the water. Yeah.
How much is that in stories in a house?
I
Like
think
a
that's
building?
3 stories.
3
Yeah,
stories?
that sounds
That's
like a
pretty big.
fun jump.
I don't.
That's a
no,
high dive.
I don't think I've done more than a 2-story building.
That's a high
And
dive.
when I
though.
say shallow water, I mean up to my waist.
No, yeah.
That's how you kill yourself.
Well-
There, and what everyone said, everybody said it. There's one spot that goes a little bit deeper. It goes about 9 feet.
No, that's straight what I, as a person who used to jump off, there's a river an hour from where we live that I used to jump into off this 2-story rock. And I remember the water would rise in this little certain spot and it would hit 9-10 feet. And you're supposed to jump for that spot. But I jumped after the tide had pushed back and it was only waist level. And I literally going down, I can see the sand. Oh my fucking God. And so I went like this. I don't know how I thought of it in my brain, but I'm like, do this. Do
Yeah,
this.
do a dip.
And I did do it.
Banana.
And my back just went bam, bounced off the fucking sand. I had a big purple bruise across my whole back.
hey,
The
there's
things
more
you
muscles
could do
there,
when
though.
you're a fucking child.
And you're 12. Yeah. Your body
You-
can just take stuff.
It bounces like a bouncer
you or me
ball.
do that now, you break your fucking back.
Yeah.
Your back
clavula.
breaks. Everyone's like, holy shit,
Dude,
Miguel.
What a legend!
Dude, Dyson, remember?
Everyone's like,
Hospital
did you
bills.
capture that?
Do you
Did you
remember
get that?
mid-pandemic, early pandemic, I was dead set on going on a hike and jumping off
Yeah,
the
you want to
Stand By
jump
Me
off
fridge.
the goddamn Stand By Me bridge into the river. I'm like, no. Look at that.
I was dead set on jumping off the Stand By Me bridge. The Stand By Me bridge is huge.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck I was on, but I was like, what? I got to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Hell yeah.
100%. Hell yeah. And then I'm like, it's 10 stories high.
But couldn't you pencil dive
It's
from
like,
10 stories?
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You will hurt yourself.
Like there will be bruises
You
on your
will.
body.
there is no way that you don't hurt yourself unless like you really know how to.
Yeah,
like,
it
hit
was
that
like
water.
110, 120 feet up, and I was like, I saw some guys on YouTube do it, and I'm like,
I could do it.
I was like, I need to live. I need to know what it feels like to live.
I
And
need to
this is-
live and I need to die.
We can
And
just
this is
bungee
what
jump
it is.
if we want to do that.
What is it
though.
with people and everything that makes you live? It just means put myself in danger for that adrenaline boost. Be Alex Honnold.
You know what?
I don't know. There's just something about like, I don't know, like achieving something that is very dangerous that just like hits that like part of your brain, and it makes you feel real good about yourself.
Feel like a
Dude,
god.
that Joker voice he did right there.
I'm sorry. What?
Hey there. I've
And
got
that's
green
the
hair.
deal.
That's the peel.
Thank you for
watching.
Yeah, thank you for listening /
That too.
watching our podcast.
Our new videos or whatever appears.
Yeah. This week, August 5th through the 6th, we're doing a 24-hour Minecraft stream.
Heyo.
So check out our Twitch for that. And if you're watching this or listening to this after that,
There'll probably be like an
we'll probably
edited clip.
keep the VOD.
There
we'll
will
have
be.
clips as well.
We'll probably have an edited
We'll
video.
probably have an edited version of it.
Yeah,
permanently.
So
The highlights.
look forward to that.
Look forward to it.
But yeah, thanks for having us.
Check out
Also,
our socials.
Look,
like and hit the bell.
more episodes come out on YouTube on Fridays and audio on all the audio
Podcasting platforms.
stations on Wednesdays.
Also, comments boost our algorithm. Please do them.
Yeah.
do them.
Tell us your favorite cliff to jump off
Even
of.
if they're mean comments.
Yeah.
And try to eat breakfast, whether it's something small or big. That's what I recommend.
Amen, brother.
Bye.